Hey, this is Isaac with Hi JR Scenes, and I'm doing something a little bit different today. I'm actually doing a little bit of videoing. This is in conjunction with grow folds, and this is something that I like to do is plants and things like that. And so what I like to do is try to keep myself busy. I love music, and if you follow the channel, then you know I have a little music section. I also have a section where I talk about pageants and things like that. I recently, well, not recently, I've always loved plants, but the thing is, people give me plants, and so I try to see if I can grow them and things like that. And so now, in conjunction with grow folds, I'm actually trying to go a little bit further and study about the plants and how to care for them. I'm actually at Plants and Planters here in the Dallas area. And so one of the things that I'm trying to do is the plants that I have, I'm trying to learn their names and how to properly care for them. I have my way of caring for plants. Very simple. I'm an underwaterer. I don't like to water plants a lot. So, and I'm recording out here in the greenhouse because they don't have any music playing, and so there's not going to be any copyright. So what I want to do is I want to show you the one of the things that I like. First of all, as soon as I walked in, the lady at the counter, she was just very, very nice. And I have gone to places, and when I walk in, they don't say anything. Well, if I'm planning on buying something, I'm not buying there. And what I have learned in this, you know, going around to the different planters and things like that, is there's a lot of black people that do this, but at some of these places, which is crazy, I'm like, you know, you still get that, you know, like, you know, why is he here kind of a thing. Baby, I don't have to steal anything. If that's what you're thinking, I pay for everything I get. You know, I work 3 jobs, so that's not a big deal. So let me just get off of that. To me, it's just plants. Some of these plants that they say are quote unquote exotic, I grew up in the country, and they were just out in the field. So that's why I'm saying, at first when I started doing this, I was like, it's just a plant, but you know, what the hell is the big deal? And then what you notice is it depends on what someone says about the plant, if it is rare or not, which is crazy to me, because like I said, some of this stuff, when I grew up in the country, you could go outside and see that that's not rare. That's just something that I grew up with. So I just took it for granted, whatever. So here's the one thing. Now, let me get off of that. Let me get on to something else. Let me show you one of the things that I do like about plants and planters. And then I'm just going to switch my camera real quick. If you notice, like these right here are calathea. And then if you notice, they actually have how to care for them. And notice the signs are just big. You don't have to look at the plant to look at them. I mean, it is right there. And so this is low to medium light, water when lightly dry, and leaves stand up at night, which is my kind of plant because of my work schedule. I don't work every day. And I do have to say, I do like how they have these arranged. For someone like me that really doesn't know a lot about plants, but I you know, have a high respect for the plants, you know, and the people that take care of them. I really do love this. So these calathea, they are only they're $14.99. Not sure if that's a good deal or not. All I know is it's there for you, and it tells you how to care for the plant. And here's a maranta, and notice lemon lime. They tell you how to care for it. That is what I like. So somebody like me that is like, oh, okay, now see, I like the variegation. Okay, I love the different variegations, and so this particular one has a red variegation to it. Absolutely love that particular color. And then here we have maidenhair fern. I'm not a particular fan of fern, but notice it is there. So if that is for you, absolutely love this. So someone that is not as educated as some of you about plants can really appreciate how to care for these plants. Oh, I take that back. The one with the red variegation is prayer plants. Those are the ones with the red variegation. Sorry about that. I was going a little bit too fast. And just, I love the setup that they have here. Then they have a Balea. Hey, hopefully I said that right. But notice that's how to take care of them. So I would tell anybody, if you are someone like me, oh yeah, and even I know that these are succulents. I'm horrible at succulents. I can't grow a succulent to save my damn life. But they are here at Plants and Planters, my bad. And then, oh, sorry, there, got my finger in the way. And so, for $3.99, they have some for $3.99. The 3.5 pots are $8.99. All right, my friends, I just met Dora, and she has just told me something about this plant here. She is from Chiapas, and so here's the story.
I'm from the south of Mexico, and this plant in Mexico is growing wild. It's all over the place. It's so much water, and it's a tropical weather.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was little, we cooked the black beans, like a soupy beans, and then we cut this one as close like this.
El flor?
The floor, and we boil, wait for the bean, and it's edible. When you open, if you see when you open, it comes something like this. And this, the one is edible.
Oh.
See that when it's closed, it looks like this. And when it's open, it looks like this. And this is the part that's edible. And the taste is no bitter, it's nothing, it's plain.
It's plain?
It's a plain flavor.
So you said you cook it with black beans?
With black beans.
What other seasonings do you use? Is it a soup?
The black beans, we use pork hog or dry meat to give a flavor to the beans. And also you do sofrito with stir fries, a tomato, onion, and cilantro.
Oh, that sounds good.
If you want to make it better, steam rice, and you can cook the rice, and you eat rice and beans.
Oh, well, thank you, Dora, so much for your story. I appreciate it. Thank you. Now, I will tell you, I just met Dora, and she's from Chiapas, like she said, and she just decided to tell me that story. And no editing. I just asked her if she would tell that story to you guys. And I tell you what, at most of the places, that is how nice, and she's just a customer here, she doesn't even work here, but that is literally how nice customers are. And at most places, if I go to a place and it's kind of bougie, I can't really go there. But then, you know, she told me a couple of other stories, and I tell you what, everybody has a story. And I think that's another reason why I kind of like fooling with these plants, because I have met so many neat people. Sorry about that. This is just a straight point and click today. No editing, very little editing at all. And so I think that's another reason why I like most of the people in the plant community, because most of us, we appreciate plants. You know, I don't have no horticultural degree or nothing like that, but it's stories like that that I really do enjoy, because everybody has a story. And she was just so sweet. She just said hi, and I said hi, and then, you know, one thing led to another, and then she ended up telling me a couple of stories. So absolutely loved it. So as most of y'all know, I don't really like when other people are around me videoing, so I don't want to be in the video, so I'm gonna turn it off right now. And right here we have Prince of Orange, and you can tell by this fabulous color. So if you hear a hum in the background, I'm in a greenhouse, and so they had to turn on the fan. It's a little warm here in the area today, but as you can tell, these their color is absolutely amazing. They have very healthy plants here. And so then we have Dracaena here. I have a Dracaena, and when you look at the care of it, low to medium light, water when lightly dry. Well, that's probably my fault for mine, because mine, I wait till they're all the way dry. But as you can tell, these vibrant green colors can add some color to anyone's apartment. And then we have begonias here, Rex begonias. So again, with these pink purplish colors here, again, adds that vibrant color against the green. But in this case, we have the Dracaena, we have the begonias, and then we have the Prince Orange all in this one area. And I tell you what, it is very vibrant in here. Absolutely love it. And so then we have peperomia. Oh, you have to excuse me, I just bumped my head. And so these are absolutely gorgeous. And then we have the some monstera over here. I particularly like mostly variegated plants. I own mostly variegated plants. And so this is not one that I own. The variegation is okay, but it's not one that I have. I'm not particularly drawn to it, but it's still a gorgeous plant. And then we have the African violets. It is February here, and so they are really getting in a lot of those spring plants. And then we have, here we go, a monstera here, more monstera here. And again, while it looks good, I'm not particularly drawn to the variegation. So then we have these zebra plants. Wait a minute, let me see if I'm right. Oh, I'm right. Yeah, we have these zebra plants here, and while I don't own one, I love this variegation. And as you can tell why it is called a zebra plant. That wild variegation is absolutely fantastic. So, and then I think we're getting ready to go to some philodendron here. Am I right? Yep, I am right. Is the white knight here. Okay, we can see that white variegation, but then we also have another philodendron here, but this is the pink princess. And as you can see, getting a little bit closer, so you can see those pink stems, which really set it off from the white knight. So, and both are absolutely gorgeous. And then we have the Birkin philodendron here, and this is the one that I actually own. It was a plant that was given to me. It was almost dead, and I have been able to revive it, and so I'm so glad that I do have a green thumb with these particular philodendron. And I do like this rope plant. It is called a Hindu rope, and I've seen these grow quite large, but this is a relatively small one, and it is only $19.99. So, and I keep bumping my head. Let me show you. I'm like right here, and I'm a little so yeah, excuse that if I keep bumping my head. I figured you guys would get a kick out of that. So here's another philodendron, the bullete, something like that. I don't know, but they has these bigger leaves on them. And here's my hand, and notice these are, you know, fairly large, not too large, of course. And then we have the philodendron sun red, and here's how to take care of it. Reminds me of that orange plant that we just saw. And as you can tell, absolutely gorgeous stems here. And they're getting ready for Valentine's Day, so they've got some hearts in the plants, you know, just trying to spruce up the place. And then again, those smaller, here's a smaller white princess philodendron. So again, gorgeous plant here. This is a plant that I have not seen before. It's a Florida ghost mint. And as you can tell, this variegation, it's a light green plant, but look at that variegation. I like it, but I probably would not buy one. The variegation for me is not just overly yahoo, like I'm really excited about it. And here's a philodendron snowdrift. And for those of you that are like me, you want to know how to take care of it, there it is right there. And then this is a rather large leaf as well. So for me, I would actually consider buying this plant. Let me see how much it is. Okay, this plant is $49.99. And I have to be honest, most of the plants that I have are, and I'm going to turn my camera around here. Before I turn it around, I want to show you this right here. Oh, well, these are the larger, little bit larger begonias that they have, and then they have them paired well against the watermelon peperomia, and so you have this pink and green. And I absolutely love this particular variegation. So this is actually something that I would buy. This one is $26.99. And so if you're like me and you have an appreciation for plants and you really don't know what to buy, I would say, oh, and here's a ZZ Raven. And now I do have one of these. And again, I think it was given to me I never knew what it was, but it was given to me as an almost dead plant. I've been able to revive it. And so this is nice. And here are smaller peperonias here. Peperonia rosso. And again, this is the kind of variegation I like. I know you saw the watermelon peperomia, and so those are the kind of variegations that I like. All right, so don't laugh at me, but most of the plants that I have are clearance plants, or I went to another spot and he was actually getting ready to throw them away, and he said, well, I'll just give them to you for $5, and that's, you know, it was at cost. It was probably almost 2 years ago now, and so I really started my collection again then. Friends have always given me plants, and if I can save them, you know, I'll save them. You know, the like the ivies, the pothos, I've always had those because they're easy to grow, and since I'm an underwaterer, you know, plants die with me because I just simply don't water them. I water once every 2 weeks, and if it's a fussy plant, I really, it's gonna die with me. But there are some plants that I have that I've actually been able to grow. And so, you know, you can call me cheap, you can call me whatever, but if someone is getting rid of a plant, like my friend Richie with Growfos, he's given me a couple of plants because they were about to die. And so after a few months, he'd come over to my place and he would see them. And he was like, man, I thought this was a dead plant. I said, well, whatever it was, you know, I've been able to revive it. And also, you know, I was telling you about the plants that I have. They were on clearance, or they were getting ready to throw them out. And sometimes people will just give me free plants. They're like, God, this is gonna die. You can go ahead and have it. You know, if I buy one, they say, hey, you can just take that. I was gonna throw it out anyway. And some of the plants that I have, that's how I got them. And then I've been able to grow them. And so it is, I don't think I have a green thumb, but if you're the kind of person that, you know, you're on the fence about plants, I do easy care plants, non-fussy, easy care plants, and for me, that's the way to go. And my lifestyle, that is the way to go. So I thank y'all for going along on this particular journey. Again, like I said, this is in conjunction with Growfolds, and so check out his video. He's very, very knowledgeable about plants. And I think there's another young lady, I got to find her last name, Janae. I watched her stuff as well, and she is very, very knowledgeable about plants. I'm quite the opposite. I'm not knowledgeable, but I have an appreciation for plants, and so that's why I go with him, and we check out these different nurseries, and so very, very nice. I do want to show you. Oh, sorry about that. I do want to show you one thing. I'm gonna switch mine around. If you notice, now the bird of paradise that I have is probably about that size, maybe a little bit taller. Their bird of paradise is almost $70. I got mine for a bargain because I made a deal one time. I made a deal and I bought some extra plants, and he gave it to me. I'm not going to tell you where, but he gave it to me for 15 bucks, and it is probably, yeah, it's a little bit larger than that, come to think of it. So sometimes when you're dealing with someone, let me turn it around. Sometimes when you're dealing with planters and you have a healthy respect for the plants, they might even cut you a deal. Not all the time, not because they have to make a living too, but if you patronize them and they'll say, hey man, I appreciate you, you know, just pick you out a plant. And so, because I don't come to these nurseries to try to get free plants. That is never my goal. If anything, what I want to do is promote their business. I want people to come to their store, and I would definitely recommend, if you can find a dealer like that. Sometimes the big box stores, you can't really do that. You already know that, but you can definitely find some bargains sometimes. If they're, if a freeze hits and so the plants, they didn't do well, a lot of the times you can just talk to the plant area manager, department manager, and sometimes they'll give you a deal, especially if it's on discount. They'll say, hey, we're going to throw this out anyway. Sometimes they already have a discount. Sometimes they'll have a sign that'll say no further discount. And so, but then now this is crazy. I actually went one time and they had plants that they were getting ready to throw in the trash, like they were sitting by the trash can. And so I said, hey, what are y'all gonna do with those plants right there? I could, I kind of checked the ends and they still had a little bit of, greenery there. It's like, I don't know. Then they said, oh man, we're getting ready to throw them out. We'll sell them to you. And so they had to quote unquote sell them to me. So they sold them to me for 50 cents. Okay, I'm okay with that. They're gonna throw it out. They make a little bit of money. And then, but I did go to one spot they were throwing them out. They said, man, just take as many as you want. This is the trash, and we're just gonna throw them out. And so what they did was, so I wouldn't get in trouble, they took me out through like a little back door or whatever. And it was a department manager. And so, I mean, whatever. It was a plant. And so I think I might have 1 or 2 of those plants still left. But if you can just talk to people and just show them that you're not just here to steal their plants. Sometimes you can find those deals as well. Now, I know y'all tired of hearing me talk. So I'm gonna show you some more plants. Now this Aglaonema Moonlight Bay, this is the Aglaonema that I have. And it was one of the clearance plants that I actually got. The guy gave me a freeze hit, and so he gave it to me for $5 because he's getting ready to throw it out. He gave it to me at cost. So, and mine is probably not quite this full yet. I've had it for about 2 years, and so Aglaonema, it's just easy to grow. I water it. Sometimes I forget, and I water it once every 2 weeks. And I don't know if that's the proper maintenance, but I'd rather tell you the truth than I try to lie to you. And so, and here is another Aglaonema over here. And I think is this the same one? I don't think it's the same one. Okay, this is the Aglaonema stripes. So in the same family, and this is the one that I have as well. I got it as a clearance plant, but these are absolutely good. There's a slight variation in their variegation, as you can see. And again, I simply water mine once every 1 or 2 weeks, but that you probably should water it a little bit more than that. And this is a Monstera, I do believe. Let me walk around and see. This is some type of a Monstera. Oh, and I'm right. There's a sign, and there's the care instructions right there. So I have a smaller version of these, and these are, well, there's the price, $39.99. While I don't have a rattlesnake calathea, I'm actually trying to figure out if I want to get one or not. I love the variegation on these plants. Like, you can definitely tell why they are called rattlesnake variegation. Look at that beautiful variegation. Well, that one has a brown spot, but that's okay. Most of them look pretty healthy. And if you look really closely, you can see the back is this deep purple color, which is kind of cool as well. Uh-oh, are you seeing what I'm seeing? It says sale central, plants on this table, great deals, prices as marked. Well, let's see what they have on sale. They have these, no way, they have these succulents for 50 cents. I just said I can't grow a succulent. What do you think? Should I nab it? All right, what is this right here for $8? A philodendron paradise, 4-inch, $8. Very healthy plant. Gorgeous leaves on this plant. And then this one is $5. I'm not exactly sure what this is. You know, I'm spoiled now. I like to see the names since I don't know what they are. Let's see right here. Philodendron Paradiso Verde. And these are $8. Wow. I wonder if these were cuttings that they propagated. But these are gorgeous plants. Now they do have some hanging plants here. This is a cactus here, shark tooth orchid, $26.99. Not the kind of cactus I'm used to seeing, but it looks good. And pothos here. I don't know what the prices are. Let's see if they have a price. I don't see a price on these. Gorgeous plants though. In these hanging baskets. I can't have hanging baskets in my apartment. I can, but I don't really like hanging plants. So this one is Roma something. Bromeliads. I don't want to mispronounce it. So, and these are 19 bucks. Not a bad deal. Kind of browning on the end, but for that price, I could certainly rehab it. Palea. How much is this? Looks like it's an easy care plant. Look, $5. Oh, 15 bucks. Sorry about that. Alocasia. This alocasia here is only $8. A little bit brown. Soil is moist, so this just might be a temporary condition. So this plant here, oh, I'm not gonna try to mess that name up, but it's only $6. Ooh, I wonder if I should buy this. It's on. Oh, I love the variegation on this plant. Looks like an easy care plant as well. It's a slow grower. That's okay. So right now, these are the deals that they have. This is a Philodendron Rojo Congo. And what I like about this plant is, as you can see, it has this wonderful deep maroon stem here that I like, and then these large leaves. And I have to say, this one is, I want to say $49.99. Am I correct? Yeah. I found one about this size from another plant friend of mine, and I'm not sure what was wrong with it, or if anything was wrong with it. It doesn't have as many leaves, but I was able to find mine for 15 bucks. So $49.99, I don't think that's a bad price, except, you know, when you happen to find a deal, you find a deal. So, but a gorgeous plant indeed.
2-3 in.
So that is my experience for you. If you want a place where you can, if you're like me and you're inexperienced in plants and you want to know how to take care of them, or if you don't want a lot of people bothering you, I would suggest you come to Plant and Planters, because they don't bother you. They're super friendly, and so sometimes you may not want people talking to you a lot. You have to excuse the background. I'm recording outside. So, but I would say this is a fantastic place. Prices are reasonable, friendly staff, and the care and the plant IDs are right there for you. So sometimes if you're embarrassed, you don't want to talk to people, what a great way, what a great place to come where you can just do that. So, hey, this is Isaac, and I'm signing off. You guys, y'all take care.